Imagine for a moment that you have a roommate. This roommate follows you everywhere. From the moment you wake up to the moment you sleep, he whispers in your ear. When you look in the mirror, he says, "You look tired and ugly." When you try to do your work, he says, "You are going to fail." Everyone is laughing at you. When you try to sleep, he reminds you of a mistake you made 5 years ago. Would you keep this roommate? Would you pay rent to live with him? No, you would kick him out immediately. Yet, most of us live with this roommate every single day. We call it our inner voice. Today, we step into a soundproof recording booth to meet Lucas, a man who was silenced by the monster living in his own head. Lucas was a voice actor. He had a deep, resonant voice that should have made him a star. But Lucas had a problem. He couldn't get through a single script without choking. He was standing in the recording booth of Station 9, a dimly lit studio filled with expensive equipment and foam-padded walls. The red on-air light was glowing. In the control room sat Leon, the legendary sound engineer. Leon was a man of silence. He communicated mostly with nods and hand signals. "Okay, Lucas," Leon's voice came through the headphones. "Take one. Whenever you are ready." Lucas took a deep breath. He looked at the script. But before he could speak, the roommate in his head started talking. "Who are you kidding?" the voice hissed. "You are a fraud. Your voice shakes. They are going to fire you." Lucas tried to ignore it. He opened his mouth. In a world where ... double quotes crack, his voice broke. He coughed. "Sorry," Lucas muttered. "Let me try again." He tried again. "Look at Leon," the voice whispered. "He looks bored. He hates you. You are wasting his time." Lucas felt hot. His hands, made of soft clay, started to leave wet marks on the script. He stammered. He missed words. The more he fought the voice, the louder it got. It wasn't just a whisper anymore. It was a scream. "You are pathetic." Lucas ripped the headphones off his head and threw them on the desk. "I can't do it," he yelled. "It's too loud." The heavy door of the booth opened. Leon walked in. He moved slowly, calmly. He picked up the headphones and placed them gently on the stand. "What is too loud, Lucas?" Leon asked. "The room is perfectly silent." "Not the room," Lucas said, pointing to his head. "Him, the critic. He won't shut up. He tells me I'm garbage. I try to fight him, I try to push him away, but he pushes back harder." Leon nodded. He didn't offer sympathy. Instead, he walked over to an old, vintage radio sitting on a shelf in the corner. He turned it on. A loud, harsh, static noise filled the small room. Krrrzzzzzzzzz. It was unbearable. Lucas covered his ears. "Turn it off. Make it stop," Leon said, without turning off the radio. "That's impossible," Lucas shouted over the noise. "I can't stop the static." Leon reached out and slowly turned the dial. The static faded. Slowly, a clear, beautiful melody of a violin concerto emerged from the speakers. The music filled the room, warm and rich. Leon looked at Lucas. "Did I destroy the static?" "Lucas, no," Lucas said. "You just changed the channel." "Exactly," Leon replied. "The static is still there. It exists in the airwaves right now, next to the violin. But the radio is not tuned to it anymore. Your inner critic," Leon continued, "is just a frequency. It is the static station. You have been trying to smash the radio to kill the static. You have been arguing with the noise. But you cannot win an argument with static. You can only tune into a different frequency." Lucas looked at the radio. "But how? My hand slips. It always goes back to the static." "Because you are empty," Leon said. "Static fills the empty space. To change the channel, You must broadcast something else. You must focus on the work, not the fear. Don't try to silence the voice. Just talk over it. In neuroscience, there is a system in your brain called the default mode network. It activates when you are doing nothing, and its job is often to look for problems, dangers, and past mistakes. This is the biological source of the critic. But there is another network called the task positive network. It activates when you are intensely focused on a task. The two cannot be active at the same time. When you focus completely on the action, on the words, on the breath, on the work, the default mode network shuts down. The critic falls asleep. Lucas put the headphones back on. He closed his eyes. The voice was still there. "You are going to mess this up," it whispered. Lucas didn't scream, "Go away." He didn't argue. He simply acknowledged it, like hearing traffic outside a window. "I hear you," he thought, "but I am busy." He focused on the texture of the paper in his hands. He focused on the rhythm of the sentence. He tuned into the work frequency. "In a world, ... double quotes, Lucas began. His voice was steady, strong. The critic whispered again, but it sounded distant, like a radio playing in another room. Lucas kept reading. The more he focused on the words, the quieter the monster became. By the end of the page, there was only Lucas and the story. Leon smiled from the control room and gave a thumbs up. Lucas didn't banish the monster. He just made it irrelevant. We all have a critic. It will never go away completely. It is part of the human operating system. But you have the hand on the dial. You can choose to listen to the static of your fears, or the music of your potential. Don't fight the noise. Just change the channel. Are you ready to tune out the negativity? Type "change the channel" in the comments below. Subscribe to hear the truth. See you in the next story.